What is streaming? Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we're going to be working on these two things. This is the we'll be working on the whole computers. These are just the faceplates of a Performa 6214CD, and this is for some sort of power computing, power something or other, Power Center 210. We'll get to that one eventually, but first, let's start with the Power Mac. So we'll be rebuilding these today. As normal, the Big Bad Bench is a giant mess, and we gotta clear off some of this junk. My workshop has been a mess lately with systems disassembled, so gotta put things back together. The first thing we need to do, actually, here, let's see if you can tell me the first thing we need to do. As I say hi to folks in the chat, there are so many people in the chat already. Oh my gosh. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. We have Dave's Vintage Apple Tech Ambrosia, Alan Gracia, Lazy Blue Goat, Jamie's Hack Shack, Chris Angelis, Jack68K, Gut Bomb is here, I DIY. Did I say Lazy Blue Goat already? But again, hello, Lazy Blue Goat. I80386SX. Hey. All right. What are we doing? Did I get everyone? There's Trina and Rudy's Retro Intel. Hello, everyone. If I missed you, say hi again. So yeah, these systems were like getting to the age where the plastic was starting to get brittle. And so you'll often find these kinds of systems with cracks in it. And you can see right there, we got a little crack. It's not showing up real well on camera, but there's another little one right there. The other thing is we're missing one of these. So these tabs hold on the faceplate and they break. And so this computer, which we sort of went over a couple weeks ago when I streamed, this one was missing this one. And so what I did was I rummaged through my bags of broken Mac plastic, and I found this little guy and sort of trimmed it up, and I think we'll be able to, and it even had like a nice little support kind of thing, so we'll get that all up on there. You can see it's not the right thing, but it has a little tab underneath. It'll work. So we got to get this starting to glue up and let that set while we start working on other stuff. So what we're going to use for glue here, so this is just a syringe with acetone in it, and we're just going to come in from the back and just drip some acetone in there. You want to try to not drip it all over the front because it will do weird things to the plastic. All right. So then I'm just going to kind of work this a little bit and encourage the acetone to get down inside those cracks. And you can see, no, you can't see. You can kind of see in the crack, there's like plastic starting to come up out of there. That's what we want. That's the plastic softening around the edge. Oh, you can kind of almost see it a little bit better here. This is never going to be perfect. You can see actually this case had some sort of work done to it. It had a rough life. But we're just going to let that sit a little bit, and eventually that'll set up. The plastic is melting to itself, and that's going to kind of, it'll fix itself basically. I learned this trick from Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Dave is a legend. As long as you have this ABS kind of plastic, you can do this kind of trick with it. We're going to do the same thing here. Jack68K says, yes, I have a bag of spindler plastic. Alright, so then we have this one. Come in here. This one might need a little bit more. I'm going to really like work on this one. I'm good, Gut Bomb. I don't need any more plastic. I think I have enough. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you can see behind me there, There's a Mac SE with your name on it. Gut bomb. Next time I see you, I really got to head over and see you soon. Alright, so that didn't fit on real nice. We're going to add some more acetone, really soften this up. Sometimes you really gotta work it. Especially if it's not fitting perfectly. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. You know, this definitely isn't a thing that we're going to see, but it definitely helps to keep the faceplate on if you can get both of those little tabs in there. Alright, while I'm doing this, let me see what else I've missed in the chat. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Okay, there we go. Now that's starting to go. Now that's starting to go. You can also use a little bit of heat. If you have your hot air station, you can give it like about 180, 190 degrees Celsius. That'll get the plastic starting to melt a little bit. And that'll also kind of help it dry. Alright, there we go. We got some melting plastic action going on there. So there we go. So we're going to let this set up for a bit, and then we'll come back to it later. Oh, I saw another crack. So we're going to work on that one too. Put a little bit more acetone in there. And again, just kind of like, you can squeeze it in it. You'll see like the little plastic bubbling up through there. Yep. And that one's starting to look pretty good. We might need to reinforce this one with some bonus spindler plastic, but oh, that was a bit much. Oh gosh. Oh, we're squirting all over. Okay, here we go. Easy there, plastic. Probably got some on the outside there. Got a little excited, I think. There we go. All right. It's a little crooked, but I think it'll be fine. All right, we're going to set that aside before I screw it up any further. Look, I'm messing with it. I'm going to screw it up further. All right. Go away, little plastic. Go away, little plastic. Okay. All right. Let's get to the chassis. Easy, Trina. Okay. All right, what else happened with this thing? So it was gross. It was pretty dusty on the inside. The power supply on these, it probably would have been fine. There were some caps that were just starting to leak. So I recapped the whole thing except for the primary cap. I left that one off. We don't need that in there right now. That's a hard drive thing. This is held on with 2 screws here. But yeah, we'll start putting this back together from this point. Okay, so there's 2 little tabs in the back. The power supply is going to slide into those. And then there's a screw down at the bottom. And hopefully, I was organized enough to put all the screws in one spot for this job. I'm typically not that organized. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with today's stream. We'll see if I can get, if I'm organized today. Yeah, I think these are the chassis type screws. Nope. These smaller ones. I think we have 3 more of these. Oh well, let's see what happens. Yes, good point, Gut Bomb. So the drive cages for these things get very brittle. I forget whose stream. I think it was. Oh, I think Garth did a video that he sort of joked with, like just destroying a bunch of them. So yeah, they're really brittle. Gut Bomb made replacement ones that you can 3D print yourself, which are very cool. Okay, we're gonna plug this guy in. And then we're gonna plug this guy in. And that's gonna sit in there like that. And now we have this metal bracket, which should just come down and sit on top of, oh no, what's the order here? I'm forgetting my order of operations. Forget if that's on the outside. Yeah, I think that's on the outside. There's little, oh, I think there's plastic still on the inside of this thing. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's some good plastic. Yeah, so this is not the right drive cage, but these are the little tabs off of these sleds that fall off. Okay, so yeah, this little tabs go in over there. There's still more plastic coming in. Where? Come on. There's still one. I can see it in there. I DIY says typical 6X. Oh, now I lost my tweezers in there. Okay. There's another one. There it goes. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Okay, thank you. Thank you, 6XXI, 62XXX. All right, so that's in place. Yeah, so that's good. We gotta slide this little guy under there. And then this little guy up here, that's our video connector. And then this, which is probably some sort of switch or something doodad. That's for the floppy drive. That's good there. Okay, so now we got to get this in, which is our fan. And there's this guy. So this comes in here like that. I think. Nope, did it wrong. That goes in there like that. And you kind of have to get this in here like this. And then it comes down, and then you slide it that way. Yep. And you can see we're lined up there, somewhere around here. We hopefully have 2 long screws. There's one of those long screws. Oh, there's the other long screw. And we have our fan, and you can see that our fan has wires that go like that. And this also is going to slide through this little spot here. This fan goes into our power supply. So that should all be good to go. And I think, oh, we got another bracket. This little bracket goes like this-ish. That's, yeah, nope. There's a tab here. That's got to go on one side. That's got to go on the other side. There we go. And then that clips over there. I think this one goes here. And this one goes here. Everything goes into its proper space. Oh yeah, then the other weird thing about this computer was the hard drive. So let me show you that real quick while I'm thinking about it. Where is that hard drive? Here's the drive. There should be a little, oh yeah, there's the adapter majig. So check this out. I pull the drive out and I see it's sitting on this slitty guy like that, something like that. Yeah, that's how it was. So it gets screwed in like that. So I slide this out and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is that? I was hoping that it would be like an SSD kind of thing. But, so this is a Western Digital PhD1400. And if you look at this, it kind of looks like a compact flash card, right? So it turns out there's this interface called PCMIDE, basically like PCMCIA IDE. And so this is just a straight, kind of like a compact flash adapter that would go to IDE. And yeah. So this was, and the other thing is that this is a 3-inch drive, right? So if we look at a 3.5-inch drive, got an extra 1/2 inch on that side. Such a weird form factor. So the only thing I can find out about this is there's, what is that website, statson.org, had the information for the drive on it, which was kind of wild. Such a weird drive. Such a weird drive. Okay, what else do we need to do? So I think that's all the inside-y bits for the most part. I'm going to put the top on. All right, when you go to put the top on these things, there's a little metal flappy thing. Make sure to put your floppy cable through the flappy thing, and then you can come back around, and there's little snaps. You can't see that, but you snap your floppy cable back in there before you put this thing all back together. Okay, and then this is the part where you cut your fingers because you're pushing real hard on sharp metal. And it's actually harder to take that apart than it is to put it back together. But be real careful when you're taking these apart because they're very tight. All right, so then we got to put a screw in each of those corners. And I think the system should be good to go from this point. Okay, so that's the main computer. And I pulled a different drive because I'm retrobrighting a bunch of stuff, and the drive did not want to retrobright. So this one looks kind of nice. So I think we're going to use this one. We have our little stupid adapter things that you need. This is an Apple 300i Plus, which is close enough to the right thing. I think the actual drive for this thing was a, let's see, what was it? I have it sitting here somewhere. The actual drive, ooh, was a 600i, I think, but it'll be good enough. It'll be good enough for our purposes. Okay, so there's a CD drive. Oh, so this is our logic board. I did do a Power 6214 before, and I did recap it. This one looks really good. Nothing's leaking yet. So we'll see what it needs. But let's stick this in and see if it powers up. Oh God, we're gonna have acetone flying everywhere. Okay, sorry. Go back in there, acetone. Let's try this out. All right, so then this is just a compact flash to IDE adapter that I set up in my Power 6200. So it's basically a fresh install of 761. These systems used both SCSI and IDE. So the SCSI drive, the CD drive is SCSI, the drive is IDE, hard drive is IDE. And let's plug in a mouse. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, right, booted right up, or powered right up. To me, these ones, it sounds like a goose honking or something like that. And we're booting. While that's booting, let's take a look and see how our plastic is doing. It's a little off center, but I think we're gonna be fine. It's on there. Yeah, I think I might want to redo that one. You can see that's now set. Yeah, it's complaining about date and time. That's fine. Okay. So let's shut that down. And let's put the rest of the plastic back on this beast. Okay, so let's see if I can remember the order of operations here. Oh yeah, let's put that drive back together. Slide that in there. So that was my test drive. Just make sure it powered up okay. All right, so this has all been retrobrighted. You can kind of compare coloration on the back. This one was a little inconsistent on its coloration. This looks way better than it did. I think yeah, we got to put the sides on first. And hey, the toiletty is toiletist. It's okay, we haven't done much. Okay, so there's little tab A's, slot B's. Yep, so it's, you put it in the front and it slides back. Same thing on this side. Okay. And then we got our top. Again, tabs all along the sides. We're gonna take this and slide it back. Okay, and then there should be, no, I guess not. I think my other one, there was like a locking. Yeah, I think not much is, yeah, I think that one was a little mangled. I think there's a little, this thing had seen some stuff. Basically, I bought this computer because I wanted the monitor. It came with an Apple Multiple Scan 15, and I needed it to fix another Apple Multiple Scan 15. Okay, so then our back, little tabs all along here. They go into little slots there. And then we take a couple screws. that in there. Oh, I think I got the wrong screws. Let's try these slightly smaller ones. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's what we're looking for. Okay. And the other bit of our back panel, oh, you gotta take this little guy, slide that up there, and then take this. There's little tabs at the bottom. These things at the top tend to get a little brittle, so be very careful with those. Oh, you gotta screw in these first. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, we got that too. So that's for if you find a TV tuner for one of these. Okay, now that goes in there like that. And see the little bulbs conceal the screws. There should be one more piece of plastic, but it's held on by like really tiny thin things, and they tend to break off. So there you go. So that's that. And now let's put this thing back together. So there were, let's see, what do we have here? Oh yeah, okay. So we have two little screws for the front. We have some lock washers and nuts, and these flathead screws that go here. And I'm gonna need that. Okay. So that weird drive belongs in the weird case. So if anyone's looking for one of these, let me know. I really don't need this system. I have a Power 6214. A 6214CD is basically the same thing, just that I think it came with like accounting software packages instead of whatever the standard software packages were. So yeah, I'm happy to get rid of this thing. I think I'm going to keep the drive though. I'll give you a compact flash IDE adapter, because this is weird. This weird drive, this has to stay with me. It's janky, just like the BigBadBench. Hey, Callan. Good morning. Okay, and that goes on there like that. Okay, and then make sure that's pushed back, and then tighten these two screws. And this goes that way, and that goes that way. And then we screw these on. One thing I don't like about these is because of that front IDE thing, the cables come out towards the front. It's not as easy to slide in with the adapters like they do with the SCSI Max. So it takes a little bit of fiddling to get these drives in right. Make sure that your floppy cable is up towards the top. Slide that in that way. That's going to lock in. Now sometimes these are kind of hard, but I think I pulled out that IDE cable pretty far, so it's not that bad. Okay, and now the floppy drive does not have a whole lot that holds it in. Like, it just kind of slides in here. And you can see there's these little tab things. There's a little spot for them to go into. Oh, look what I forgot to do. I forgot to plug in the floppy drive. You gotta plug in your floppy drive if you want it to work. I think the cable is somewhat structural. There we go. Okay, oh yeah, and then there's this thing, this little bracket. This also holds the floppy drive in. You gotta make sure your IDE cable is squished behind there. And that comes up there like that. And then we got one more. Be careful now, that's a load-bearing cable. Exactly. Okay, there's that. And now the thing de resistance, our faceplate. Be very careful, there's 3 tabs in the top that go along there. Oh yeah, there is a mod that I did on my other one that I think we'll do to this one. This is the part of the stream where I injure myself. So these little retention clips, you know, since they are kind of brittle, it's a good idea to just get rid of a little bit of that plastic. Okay, here's the part where I cut myself on stream. You don't need all of that. See how I'm just kind of like cutting down the thickness of that little jobby. And this makes it way easier to get on and off. There we go. All right. So that should make that a little knife safety. Okay. Ooh. My replacement one was a bit off. Gonna have to tweak that one eventually. We'll re-soften it and do it again. There you go. Oh, now we also need to put on a logo. So we've taken off our logo. We gotta put a logo back on that thing. So where is black RTV? Just a little, oh man, RTV's hardened up. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Gonna make a mess. Gonna make a mess with some black RTV. Let's put that into a paper towel. Don't do what Johnny Don't does. Okay, there we go. Little black RTV. And we're just gonna put a little dot. Well, actually, first we're gonna scrape away some of that plastic. Just a little tiny dot. There we go. You have to take these off when you retrobright. Otherwise you bleach them. I'm not going to tell you how I learned that. Okay, actually, let me show you how I learned that. Where is that? Okay. So you can see that the orange stripe has become more of a beige. So yeah, don't retrobright these things. All right, so there you go. This thing looks way better than it did a couple weeks ago. Let's boot it up, see if it boots up with that hard drive. Then let's do mouse. Okay. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, spin up. I think I heard the hard drive spin up. Oh, yep, and we're booting up. Someone defined their custom background. So again, this isn't a museum piece, but if anyone wants a relatively cheap, low-end Power Mac, entry-level Power Mac, make sure to hit me up. You can also slide out the logic board and put a Performa 630 logic board in one of these. It's kind of a nice little dual-purpose machine. What's the round dot on top of the case? I don't know. Drain hole. Okay, yeah, okay. What OS did this have on it? About 751. Oh. Got American Heritage Dictionary, Claris Works, Eric Solitaire Sampler, eWorld Online, PowerPete, Quicken, Wealth Builder. Oh man, that's how you build wealth? I thought it was by buying old Macs that crumble to death. Espresso, Widget Workshop, Mangia. I think Tech Ambrosia, weren't you playing PowerPete last weekend? Cool. We got it broken down. Oh, look, we got tutorials. So I really don't think this was the original hard drive, but it looks like they put the original software back on. Apparently, my boy Philip was the one that owned this thing. All right. Oh yeah, and they did upgrade the memory. This had an extra 32 meg SIM in it. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, I mean, well, we can't do it now because I took it off, but all right, yeah, put everything back on. I don't want to take it apart right now. All right, now let's get to the sexy thing, the clone. Oh. Okay, set you aside. Nice job, little Power Mac. Way to recover. All right, so let's get this power computing beast. So again, this thing I also retrobrighted. The one thing, I think we should take apart the power supply and take a look in there. I haven't heard much about power supplies from these things, but it wouldn't hurt to take a look inside. Gut Bomb says, bye-bye spindler plastic, hello commodity PC sharp metal edges. Yeah, this thing is a little sharp, a little sharp. But yeah, this looks like a standard AT style power supply, or actually, we could take a look and see if it is an ATX standard power supply. Probably not. Do I have a standard ATX power supply here? No. Not one with colors. Nope. There's an old Dell. I think this one's somewhat standard. Let's see. Which side? No. Yep, no. That's not standard. Okay. Well, you could probably adapt. Oh, maybe they do the stupid power-up thing. Never mind. Yeah, so I guess it's a good idea to take a look inside this and see if there's anything hiding for us. I80386SX says, back in my day, we cut ourselves working on towers while walking uphill both ways. Exactly. Wow, Ian, you've never cut yourself on a PC case? Lucky, lucky man. I think that's all. Oh, it's still dirty. Okay, so I blew this thing out, but it is still dirty in there. So what I'm looking at is hygroscopic glue. Oh, it does look very ATX. It looks very, very early ATX. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. Look at this. Caps on. They are not good caps. Caps on. Super. Super, super, super. Let's check the resistance on that glue just to make sure that we're not gonna definitely short something out. No, okay. It's not great. It definitely looks like we should probably do a recap job on this thing. But I don't know if I have all the bits we would need. What do we got here? 2200 microfarad, 16 volts. 47 microfarad, 25 volts. Actually, I probably have all these, but I think what I'm gonna do, 2200, 6.3. I think I'm gonna make a recap guide for this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when I recapped the power supply in that Power Mac, I made a little power supply map and a capacitor map for the power supply, and that is linked in the video description. So if you need this, check that. All right, so let's put this thing back together. I'll take that apart and recap it, because I'm not real happy with how those look. Well, I'm not happy with the company, so that's gonna need to be redone. And also, this needs to be thoroughly cleaned. Let's zoom back out a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna try to get most of that thing back together. If I have to redo the power supply, then that's fine. Oh, I put it on the wrong way. That little thing goes over there. Hair. You alright, Gut Bomb? Found a new form of life in that dust bunny. I'm also really upset. So I wanted to do a video for, or a stream for GPU June, using a very cool old number 9 graphics card. Let's show you this thing. So this is a number 9 GXI. Apparently it's like a cheaper model. When I was doing an install, it said something about Dell. I have a feeling that they did a cost reduce. There should be a VGA controller here and another VGA out. I think this went into a system that had like onboard VGA, and so they didn't do it. So there's this loop, this pass through, and then there's a loop back thing. So I wanted to play with this thing and see like what kind of performance we could get, and I started to get it to work. It was giving me some kind of memory errors, and now it's like totally stopped responding. And so if anyone knows anything about these cards, or if you happen to know any places to source these 442256AL memory chips, I could use some more of them, because I have a feeling I had some of these. This is a 514256. I had some of these and I swapped these out, and I still got the memory errors. I have a feeling that these might be bad. These things are a pain in the butt. But I also got the coprocessor for this thing, so I want to try this thing out and play with it, but it's been a total nightmare to get it to work. But anyway, super fun video card. All right, let's cram this thing back together. Potentially super fun video card. I can't call it fun if I can't test it out. Let's zoom out a little bit. Ugh, that's a pretty bad joke, Alan Gracia. You gotta talk to Eric about getting put into the database, the dad joke database. Alright, so that's that guy. Now I think the next thing we gotta do is put the front back on. I forgot to clean that. I blew this thing out, but I didn't clean it super thoroughly. So let's do that. Give it a little wipe down. Alright, so let's see if I kept the screws for this thing in one spot good enough. Oh, right, okay. So yeah, oh, I forgot to clean that off. Oh yeah, that's clean. Alright, so this thing, oh, sorry. The buttons are on a little side bracket, which is pretty cool. This is definitely not something the PC cases did. And then that snaps in there. Like that. And then the speaker, well, that speaker looks pretty effed up. Might have to replace that, but do what we can. So how many of these do we have? So then there's these little brackets, like this is way over engineered. These little bracket guys. Come on, refocus camera. Come on over here. Nope, that goes there like that. They face down. Oh, oh. Okay. So we need some of these screws to hold in the case and some to hold on the speaker. So that leaves us 4. I feel like we should have more than that. We might put more than that back in. Okay. Get this out of the way. There's all these little grabby things on both sides. Make sure that that's out of there. Get inside. So they painted the inside of this thing with EMI paint. And so you need these little grabby guys. Okay, we'll have to go up from the bottom. Come on. Does this use one of the Tanzania boards too? I don't know what the Tanzania boards are. I'll show you the board. I think it's just a clone, a direct clone of whatever the Power Mac was of this time. God, this is annoying. These little finger things are a pain in the butt. You might have to use like a tape technique. Oh, okay. I think we're making progress. Oh, you jerk. Oh, you jerk. Okay, almost there. We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Oh, oh, oh. This is annoying. Oh, you know what? Ah, I see. I think we can take these off. Okay, I think we can take these totally off and then slide them back in. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Of course, we could probably just totally rip them off and not worry about it because really, who's gonna care? Oh, jeez. about some EMI. Your 2.4 gigahertz wireless phone may not have great reception anymore. Push that there. Push that in there. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna take these off. So you push forward, push back. Oh, you can't see anything that I'm doing. Okay, let's see. I'll show you. So there's little tabs inside there. So if you open it up a little bit, you can push the tabs back. And then they pop right out without major deformations. There we go. Okay, so we'll leave those ones on. Oh, you jerk. This thing just wants to fight me. Come at me, bro. Oh, nice. So this system I picked up for free. This power center. Set that down. Okay. The caveat was that I had to get the scanner that came with it as well. And you're like, okay, you know, free scanner, free computer. That's a heck of a deal. Well, it turns out that the scanner was 330 pounds, and it's giant, and actually it's still on my pickup truck. Because I haven't driven down and dropped it off at Steve's house. So yeah, that's the big boy scanner. It's a, what the heck was the name of that scanner? It's German, but it's like 8,000 DPI. Some wild scanner. It's part of my truck now, yeah. So in order to get the computer, I had to take the scanner too. And getting this thing out of this person's house was an absolute nightmare. I weigh somewhere probably in the 180 to 190 pound range. So yeah, moving a 330 pound scanner was quite the ordeal. So I'm actually thinking about taking it off the truck and seeing if we can power that thing up at some point, because it's got to be a hilarious adventure. Okay, this thing's been flopping around. There's a little spot that's supposed to hold it in. There it goes. You go into your little spot. Let's flip that over. It's not Heidelberg, it was a German name. Hello, FLX. Welcome. All right, and I have all the cards sitting in this thing. This all got cleaned up. I think it actually will be a little bit easier for me to work on if I get rid of these cards. Oh shoot, you know what I'd like to do? All right, we're gonna do a little bit of soldering here today. I didn't want to, but before I put this back together, I'd really like to get the, to replace this with a CR2032 holder. Yeah, it might need to be an outdoor live stream because it's so big. Let's turn on big iron. The caps on this thing look leaky, so that's good. The back of the board is real nice. So yeah, we're gonna take out, this is not the original battery that came with it. It's just one that still happens to work, even though it's a 1991. Grab a 2032 holder. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn on my small iron too. Okay, so for these things, I just take these. Let's see if this is gonna fit. Yeah, we got plenty of room around here. Okay. I don't know how big the platen is on that scanner, but it's pretty big. It's more than a regular page, that's for sure. Okay, so just bend that. Oh, that snapped off. That's okay. We don't need that anyway. I'm gonna put a little flux on there. And then we're gonna find capacitor lead. Always save all of your capacitor leads. No, don't save all of them. But it's good to have some of these on hand because a lot of times you need to make little jumpers or things like this. So they're nice to have around. Sometimes you can use them to clean out vias. Okay, there's that one. Now put a little flux on. We already fluxed it. Gonna heat that up. Solder that bad boy on there like that. And then there you go. So that's on there real nice. So that's our lead soldered on. There's like a little butt crack in the middle of that little bracket that makes that easy to solder into. Okay, so now we're going to use big iron. Add a little bit of fresh solder on here. A little bit of fresh solder on there. Gotta be careful when taking these out because sometimes there's like a little retention clip. And you just want to make sure to not just rip it because sometimes you'll rip the via right out there with it. Just go slow. I take a little bit from each side. There we go. Okay, that came out nice. That one did not have the retention thingy, so that's good. So there's our plus side. So that's gonna go to the side that we just soldered our lead onto. And let's get some bendy pliers, roughly figure out how long we want this to be. There we go. If you want to be easy on yourself, we could probably use the solder pult to get rid of some of that extra solder. There we go. Solder pult. 90% of the time it works every time. Take that. Make sure our plus goes to plus. Okay. DIY is being an excellent producer. Make sure to hit the like button, folks. Thanks for stopping by. It'd also help if you hit the like button. Although, geez, this channel's kind of big enough. I'm really not good enough to have this many subscribers. So let's just leave it here. We don't need to get bigger, right? Okay. There you go. We now have CR2032 installed. We don't have to worry about those stupid batteries leaking. Ooh, my stomach just gurgled. Oh, I just saw something here. Now, this computer was not in the driest environment, but if we look, see how that cap is not as shiny as a lot of these other ones? That could be an indication that this thing is starting to go. Normally with systems this new, you don't need to recap them, but when you start seeing unshiny solder, that could be an indication that it's time to start taking a closer look. I think for the purposes of today's stream, since my main purpose is to try to clean up some mess and put computers back together, I think we're gonna avoid the recapping today. Let's see, what do we got? 47 microfarad, 16 volts. Oh, there's a 33 microfarad, 25 volt. 33 microfarad, 25 volt. But yeah, most of these are 47 microfarad, 16 volts. So it's a standard recapping that we've done a lot around here. Oh. Maybe I should see if Cathode Ray Dude wants this scanner. Does anyone know if he's in New England? Yeah, no, I'm not driving that thing to Seattle. So this is kind of like the standard thing that we used to have on the PC cases back in the day. Slide on that little accessory tray. And somewhere around here I should have some screws. I think it's these flat guys. Yeah. So this system I've been retrobrighting. The case really, the front plastic was not that yellow. I'll show you the sort of comparison in a second. But there's a zip drive, and the zip drive itself is fine. I lightly retrobrighted this. But there was an adapter bracket for the zip drive that was like smoker orange. Like the whole rest of the case was kind of okay, but that one bracket, the front plastic was straight up orange. And so that thing has been very resistant to retrobrighting. It's still in the tub. And also the CD drive bezel is still in the tub because it also is somewhat resistant. It doesn't look awful, but it doesn't look good. So figured may as well let it go. Oh, and power connector, fan connector, all these thingies. Oh, they're all labeled, so it's like a standard PC case, so that's nice. Power switch, NMI switch. Take off this RAM, that'll be a little bit easier to access. Reset switch, power LED, speaker, nice. I like even the RAM says Power Computing, or at least that stick did. Oh yeah, let's put that battery in before I forget. I think I had a 2032 around here somewhere. Okay, there's starting. What's that guy? Oh, it's a floppy cable. Okay. CPU card. PCI things. Oh, let's see. Got this. Oh, I forgot to clean the bottom. Oh, the bottom's disgusting. Oh, how disgusting. Look at that. Yeah. Do that off camera. You don't want to see that. Also, I don't want to dump it on my clean part of my case. Yes, Gupum and I DIY are probably losing it that I'm not wearing gloves. I forgot that, actually I didn't wear gloves on cleaning up any of this thing. Oh well. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger, right? Yeah, right. Okay. Nope. these screws over here. Yeah, I knew exactly what pile they were in. First thing you learn in biology school is that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yep. I mean, that sort of is the foundation of epigenetics. Actually, I never did very well at immunology, so there's that. All right, so now got this thing. Oh, this thing's gross too. I forgot to clean that. It's somewhere around here, some kind of bracket. I think I cleaned the bracket. Okay, so then this goes like that. Oh yeah, that's right, because you gotta take the bottom off to insert cards into this stupid thing. Like, this design is kind of absurd. Let's go with absurd. So that goes up like that. Okay. Now this in there like that. Ooh. Okay. I think that goes. No. Oh, there's two little tabs, two little slots in there. That goes in there. Gonna hold that. And now this one should have some more different screws. Yep. Oh, and theoretically you got to take the bottom off. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna take that. We're just gonna use the they might be 3 millimeters. Okay. Got some 3 millimeters over here. No, that's not a 3 millimeter. With something alive inside. You know, it was bad. That's for sure. It was definitely not, oh, geez, not the cleanest system I've ever taken apart. Okay. All right, so that should be most of it. There's another bracket that I forgot to clean that supports the CPU. Let's see if this thing powers up. Let's, oh geez, spudger down, spudger down. Give it a mouse. Give it that off of there. Somewhere around here we have a SCSI port. No, that 2GS was probably the most disgusting computer. Although the outside was worse than the inside. The inside of that 2GS was not that bad. The outside was straight up awful. It was a little rusty, but aside from that, it wasn't bad. Let's see if this blue SCSI boots up. I think the image might have gotten corrupted, but let's see what happens. Oh, I forgot the power button. Gonna need a power button. All right, 1 second. Let me go get the buttons. I retrobrighted the buttons too. They might need a little bit more. There we go. Wonder which way's in. That's fine. Okay, now we need electricity. Okay. Do we have a speaker? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Chime. Oh man, I hope I have time to join you tomorrow. I want to see this SE30. I love a good SE30 caper. Let's see. Come on, boot for me, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that I didn't clean the back fan out, and we obviously saw that the power supply fan was not cleaned out well enough. So I can smell like dampness getting blown out of this thing. It does, it's not quite frozen, but it's not like, if the mouse stops working, then yeah, you know it freezes. CPU cooler is not, or the heatsink is not not super hot. But our blue SCSI is not doing anything right now. Yeah, it could be an extension issue. Oops. I just hit a button. Let's go back to here. Maybe it's unhappy because let me get a blue SCSI that I know is good. I was messing around with that image and I think I messed it up. Let's see if it's the image. I do have real blue SCSIs, you know. I have purchased real ones, but I've had some of my own made up too. These are my knockoff blue SCSIs. Guess I'll have to do the shift thing. Yeah, something about this does not like, something about my blue SCSI image does not like this Mac. Yeah, I like my big screen too. I feel like a weatherman, a weather person. As you can see, our progress bar has stopped. Yep, shut that down. Let's try it again with the shift. I have to plug in a keyboard. No, the green blue SCSIs were not being sold at VCF East. I gave out a couple to some people that I thought were friends, but apparently I was misguided in that assumption. 128 megs of RAM. Nice. Okay, so there's probably some extension that's bugging out with this system. But it boots, so that's good. That is good for me. Oh, sleep. Who knew Macs could sleep? Wake up. I don't want you to sleep. Wake up. Oops. That's not how you wake it up from sleep. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, let's see if I caught shift in time. Yay, caught it. What I'd like to do is check and see if I have any other RAM that'll work in this thing. This is that 5-volt, 168 pin stuff. Let's see if we got any more RAM that'll work in this. These say 7, so that's probably 70 nanosecond. The stuff that's in there, that sim is 60. This one is 60, so I only want to put 60 in here. Let's see. That one's 60. Ew, 8. That one's 16. These all say 32. That one's 60. That one's 60. That's a 16. These two are 60s. Okay, so let's go with these. Let's see if these work. Let's catch this on screen in case I'm wrong about what kind of RAM this is. Okay. Let's use a SCSI cable as an insulator. Okay, we got chime. Yeah, 196 megs of RAM. Talk about a beast. Cool. All right. That's an upgrade. I'll have to put a real video card in this thing too. We'll do a new blue SCSI. We'll do a fresh install of 7.6 on this thing. But that'll be off stream. Just to show you the color of this thing. You can see it wasn't that far off. This didn't need much retrobrighting. I didn't want to retrobright this because I was worried about damaging that the red there. So you can see it's a little bit off, but it's not bad. All right, so I think that's gonna be good for today. We got a lot of parts put back together in two systems. We got a fully functioning Performa 6214CD. Again, if someone wants that, just send me a message. We'll get it to you. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thanks everyone that's still with me, even though I've had to take some weeks off. Hopefully life is going to calm down a little bit here. I do appreciate you all so much. This is sort of a fun little outlet for my brain, and I appreciate that y'all hang out with me while I'm doing this stuff. So make sure to check Ambrosia. I don't know if you're still here, but I don't know if she's streaming today. Oh, there you go. Yeah, are you streaming today? If so, everyone should go check out whatever she's doing today. And definitely check out, oh, Tech Ambrosia is not streaming today. Oh, go check out her stream from last week, though. That was a lot of fun with the Centris 610 that I sent back to her. And oh, Trina's streaming this evening. All right, definitely check out Trina's stream if she's streaming, and check out Dave's Vintage Apple Tech tomorrow. And hopefully I'll be there because I want to see this SE30. I love SE30s, and especially the mess that you can find on the inside of an SE30. It can be a little scary. Oh yeah, I forgot about your message. Yep, check that out. All right. Yeah, Jack68K also says check out Tech Ambrosia stream from last week. Definitely check it out. Anyway, thank you all. Appreciate you, and I will talk to you next week, hopefully. Yay, we remembered how to stream.